Hello. Did you know that health problems are often genetic or hereditary? If you sat down and had time to sort through family history, what would you find? A great deal of you wouldn't like the results you bet, and I bet an even smaller percentage of you could say that you actually partake in some physical activity throughout your day outside of your normal routine. Health benefits of participating in physical activity are well documented and include reductions in the risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, depression, fatigue, and overall mortality, according to Bernstein and Clegg. I'm going to explain to you why so many healthcare professionals keep telling us that our health is in our hands, that we have to stand up and make the change for ourselves. No one else is going to do it. If we don't, who will? We can turn this around very simply by just taking 30 minutes a day for ourselves to partake in moderate intensity aerobic activity or resistance training. One may ask themselves, how will this benefit me? Well, let me explain. Physical activity, often abbreviated PA, is a term used to describe bodily movement produced by contraction of skeletal muscle that increases energy expenditure above a basal level, as stated by Moylan. 30 minutes of moderate aerobic activity should get your heart rate up, simply walking a pace of 3 to 4 miles per hour and intensity of 3 to 6 METs, or multiples of the resting metabolic or heart rate. While inactivity can speed up the aging process for individuals, physical activity can actually slow it down for others. The American College of Sports Medicine concluded that exercise can reduce and prevent a number of the functional diseases associated with aging. Physical activity is the single most therapeutic strategy to reduce cardiometabolic risk, according to Bozak. If one does not partake in physical activity, not only will they see a decline in muscle mass, but possibly an increase in weight gain. According to Dolan Wansek, physical activity also improves emotional, cognitive, social, and psychological functions in old age as well. Some of these improvements are immediate, such as glucose levels being stabilized and improved levels of sleep, while others are long-term, like aerobic endurance, flexibility, balance, and muscle strength. If you're afraid of starting an exercise routine, it's okay to talk to your healthcare provider. According to the CDC, most people, moderate activity, such as aerobic walking, is generally safe. Aerobic and resistance training have complementary benefits and can be undertaken at almost any age and any physical condition, given appropriate medical clearance and supervision as warranted, according to Stewart. Just because of the necessary guidelines from the American Heart Association and the CDC, stating 30 minutes is your target, doesn't mean it has to be done at one time. Some people need to build up their endurance, so they can do 3 10-minute spurts throughout their day, and that's going to give you just as much of a benefit as 30 minutes at once. The same goes for the 120 to 150 recommended minutes per week rule. Any exercise is better than no exercise. We all have to start somewhere. According to Stewart, sedentary lifestyle is a major contributing and leading factor of death among adults in the United States. Think about your day. What does it consist of? Are you an avid TV watcher? What do you really do in a day? The American Heart Association reports 30% of the American population performs no exercise at all. Slightly higher, 40%, do some physical activity, but 27%, which is a really small number of individuals, engage in exercise at the recommended levels to help protect us from chronic disease that occur in aging, according to Stewart. Physical activity is a steady problem across all age groups. It knows no bounds. Statistically speaking, 15% of the approximate 1.6 million chronic health conditions newly diagnosed a year are due to sedentary lifestyle choices alone, independent of any risk factors, according to Stewart. So, to decide if this is right for you, let's take a look back at some of the risks and benefits of physical activity. According to the Center for Disease Control, only few lifestyle choices will have as large an impact on your health as physical activity. 7 hours a week will give you a 40% lower risk of an early death. Diabetes and obesity go hand in hand, especially with the way our eating habits are going. We tend to rely more and more on fast food just for the convenience factor. If you have a BMI or a body mass index of more than 30 kilograms per meter squared, you may be at risk. All it takes is 30 minutes a day, no special equipment or fancy food. It can be as simple as taking a walk with your family or going to take your kids to the park to play. If you absolutely can't do this, it can be as simple as taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Anything to get us out of our routine, something different. Just know the choices you make now are the things that will stick with you and define your life. Aren't we all worth 30 minutes a day? Do this for yourself, if not for your loved ones. I know we all have that one person that we just wish would have tried a little bit harder.